Wow, I just experienced my first Hyundai IONIQ5 pop. What's that, you may ask? Well, it's the fuse popping in that ever so troublesome Integrated Charging Control Unit, or ICCU for short. Here's a picture of it. This has been an ongoing problem for Hyundai and Kia for the past several years, especially on the IONIQ5s and the Kia EV6s. Turns out, after a bit of investigating, many other owners have had the same issue of hearing a pop, followed shortly by nothing. Nada. No response from the car at all. Well, I don't own a Hyundai IONIQ5 or a Kia EV6, so I was in my friend's 2023 IONIQ5 SEL with approximately 21,000 miles on it. We had just left his house. The car was charged the night before to around 70% using his level 2 charger. He did his normal charging routine, pumping in about 9.5 kilowatts per hour, which is less than the maximum rated level 2 charging for the IONIQ5 at 11 kilowatts per hour. He went ahead, pushed the start button, everything proceeded normally, and within the first mile, while stopped at a traffic light, we both hear a pop, well, kind of more like a light thud. At first, I thought maybe there was something loose or rolling around in the cargo area. Then he looks down at the dash, he looks at me and says, "Oh shit." I looked over, looked at the gauge cluster, and what I saw was a bunch of lights. It was lit up like a Christmas tree. I knew right away that there was a big problem, and so did he. We managed to make it back to his house, parked on the side of the road, knowing he gonna need a tow truck pretty soon. Now, to all you Hyundai and Kia owners, this is probably nothing new for you. It's been going on for quite a while. I'm just a bit curious on why this happens to so many people and why Hyundai is doing nothing about the problem. So I started doing a little digging around. According to Hyundai itself, it's simply not a common problem. They say it happens less than 1% of the time. Now, I have a hard time believing that. If you look at the Hyundai form, there's many people with the same problem. It's actually been reported to NHTSA. And Hyundai's response is, it doesn't happen often, so we're just gonna warranty this particular component a little extra time. So what is an ICCU? And why is it a safety issue? Well, the ICCU acts as a central hub for managing, distributing electrical power. It's essential as acting as a power manager. It handles both AC and DC charging, controls the flow of electricity to and from the high voltage battery, and also charges that 12-volt battery, which controls all the 12-volt electrical components in the car. Kind of essentially acts as the car's alternator, if you want to say that. And with today's modern vehicles, including EVs, 12-volt power is essential to keep your car running. Without full power from the 12-volt battery, you may only have enough time to safely pull over or quickly find a parking lot before your car loses total power and it won't move at all, which makes this, yes, a safety issue. Anyway, we thankfully made it back to the house safely. My friend immediately contacted Hyundai, and they were quick to respond. And according to him, they were extremely respectful and helpful at first. The car was towed the very next day to his local dealer, and he received a call just a few hours later confirming that indeed the ICCU fuse had blown and it will need to be replaced. He, of course, was covered under warranty and given a loaner car. He was told the part would need to be ordered, but his car should be ready within 4 to 5 days. Not too bad, right? But after not hearing from the dealer after 4 days with any update, my buddy decided to give them a call. He called the Hyundai customer service. You know, the same Hyundai he called to report the original problem when that car took a dump and needed to be towed? Yeah, that same number. Anyway, Hyundai customer care didn't know anything about it. Didn't know what he was talking about. I was there when he called, so I heard the whole conversation. He just simply wanted to know the status of the part ordered by the dealership, when it was going to be there. Customer care did not have any record of his car or needing any warranty repair, let alone looking for an order on an ICCU unit. My buddy then told the nice lady on the phone, how can there be no record? I called Hyundai. A tow truck was sent by Hyundai Roadside Assistance. The car was picked up on time and delivered to a Hyundai dealer. This obviously, of course, happened. I spoke to the driver, I followed him to the dealer, and even left with a loaner car. So how could there be no record of this? Well, the rep went quiet for a few seconds, and finally she said, I don't have that information because any roadside assistance is handled by a different department. And after a bit of back and forth, he was given a case number and he was told someone would be in touch with him by the end of the following day. I then stepped in and told my buddy, hey, you're gonna have to use like a live computer chat or email, something where you can generate a paper trail. So he said, okay, I'll do that. Anyway, the next day came and went, and of course, no call from Hyundai or the Hyundai dealership. Just a quick note. Contrary to what some people may think, dealerships do not want to hold on to your car any longer than necessary. They, in fact, will order any part needed and they'll order it right away. Your car, especially if it's a warranty, is costing them money every day it's there. Your car is taking up valuable space in a bay or valuable space on the lot. It does need to be serviced by a technician, which is money, and there's always a chance of your car being damaged on the lot, which of course the dealership is liable for. So believe me, it's in their best interest to get your car in and out as quickly as possible, and of course it's great customer service. Without any word from Hyundai, my buddy decides to give Hyundai Care a call again, this time with the following email. About 2 hours later, he receives an email. Turns out his part is on back order and may not arrive for another 2 weeks. This is complete BS to the 9th degree. Hyundai has plenty of ICC units. There's no shortage of any new IONIQ5s or Kia EV6s or whatever Kia EV products. Why not take the hundreds of thousands of ICC units that are waiting to be put in these newly produced cars, take one of those and give it to my friend for his car? They can't do that, right? Well, the day after, he gets a call from the dealer saying they were told the same thing. The part was on back order and they really didn't have an ETA on when his car would be ready. But they did say this is pretty common from Hyundai, and don't worry, the car will be ready with the correct ICCU installed. In another 2 days, he gets another email from Hyundai, pretty much saying there is another delay, the part is on back order, but he'll be notified when it ships. Okay, right. Get this, the same day at around 4 o'clock, he gets a call from the dealer. Hey buddy, your parts arrived and you can probably pick up your car tomorrow anytime after 12. We'll give you a call when it's ready. Go figure. Well, Hyundai, it looks like you're going to need some updates on your computer systems. No one knows what the hell is going on there. My suggestion for anyone dealing with Hyundai, you absolutely need a paper trail. Emails, names, case numbers, whatever it is, get all of it. Anyway, back to why this ICCU, why does this happen in so many IONIQ5s and EV6s? I've talked to EV technicians, I did a lot of research, and of course, tried to talk with Hyundai, but you'll get nowhere with them. They don't even think there's a problem with the ICCU, so that's nothing. What I found is there is no clear-cut answer. There's no answer as to why this suddenly happens. The ICC you can give out at any time. It doesn't matter if you're driving, if you're parked, you're charging, after charging, it doesn't matter. But I, of course, have my own opinion. Whether it's right or not, I don't know. Anyway, the Hyundais and Kias with this problem They all use that same GMP platform with the 800-volt architecture, making these EVs some of the fastest charging cars on the market. This is relatively new, or maybe I should say it's not a widely used platform in the EV market. So perhaps this ICCU is not up to specs and fails because of the increased voltage. Or maybe this happens, which is probably more likely. There may be some sort of manufacturer's defect that only occurs under some certain condition that we don't know of yet. Or perhaps it's part of the learning curve to all EV manufacturers. They need to go through this to try to perfect the technology, and stuff happens. Whatever the case may be, Hyundai will do the right thing, and they will replace that defective ICCU at no cost. I've also recently learned that the problem has been addressed with a new ICCU, and this new upgrade will no longer have any issues going forward. We'll see. So even though Kia and Hyundai will do the right thing by its customers, I wish that their customer service center was a bit more connected and had better access to all the process regarding customer repairs and services. These employees have a lot to deal with day to day. They hear complaints, they hear everything. Let's make their job easier by letting them access all the info they need to satisfy the customer. That's all they want to do anyway, is satisfy you. In closing, if you're a Hyundai or a Kia owner with that 800-volt architecture, be prepared, be aware and prepared that can happen at any time. And it's going to happen. They say under 1% of the time. I think it's a bit exaggerated. I do hope going forward that the new and improved ICCU components will fix this issue. Well, folks, that's all I have for you today. And as always, have a wonderful, wonderful day.